This is Justice, and welcome to the Dishwasher Vampire Smile. Now, this is one of my favorite games on Xbox 360. It's a completely ridiculous, over-the-top action hack and slash game like you've never seen before. Like, probably inspired by some retro titles, but honestly, when you see it for yourself, you'll understand how absurd this game is. So, this will be my first time recording directly on my PC, because this is actually the Steam version of the game, which came out in May of 2017. So let's check it out. Now, I'm playing on my own Yuki's story. Yuki's kind of the main character of this game, which is, oh, I should mention, the first game, the Dishwasher Dead Samurai, that was on the Xbox 360, and the second game, the Dishwasher Vampire Smile, is its sequel. They only put the sequel on Steam, therefore it's a bit weird, but this is its own game. Honestly, this is the only of the Dishwasher games that you need to play. First game's fun and really hard. This game's fun, it's hard, but not as hard as the first game. I compare it to Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2. Anyway, let's get into it. Trust me, I don't want to explain too much. I just want to show you. So I'm going to play as the Dishwasher, which is the original main character, and yeah, let's have some fun. Okay, so we're starting from the Lunar Wastes. Oh, the story's nonsense, by the way. The story's absolute nonsense. Yes, they're on the moon. Humanity's fallen and gone to the moon. Yes, the text goes by annoyingly fast, and trust me, I can't really read it either. Point is, the story is nonsense. You are playing as the Dishwasher, and you are out for revenge. And as the Dishwasher, you already start out with a couple of weapons. Notice my familiar here, the little bird on my head. He'll just hang out with me. So I have 2 weapons already. Let me check something. Oh, would you look at that? Because I started my other game with Yuki, I have weapons for the Dishwasher already, which is awkward. Oh, I have the beads, which are like the buffs and stuff. So this game's got a very sort of like black and white look to it. Now these weapons are amazing. You know what? Let me just show you this game. This game's ridiculous. The slice teleport, I love it. Okay. Why does it keep scrolling down instantly? That was weird. Well, there's nothing I can buy with Dishwasher right now. Yeah, so the upgrades and stuff are shared between the 2 characters, which is cool. And I'm playing on an Xbox One controller, by the way. With a wireless adapter. So let's go with the cleavers, the classic. Oh, here we go. Oop, and I got shot. Hey, this game is amazing. I had almost forgotten. It's genuinely absurd video game. Probably should have added a disclaimer if you're squeamish. Yo, the Izuna drop. Are you kidding me? I actually forgot how amazing this game is. So yeah, it's a Dishwasher. You get an idea of the combat. It's actually kind of absurd. This is where the real fun begins. And so, as ridiculous as the game this is, it gets even better. So what's cool is it's Metroidvania-like. So there's different areas, stuff you can unlock, and zombies. Just like every good Metroidvania game. And in case you're wondering, does that wah get annoying? Yes, it does, but it's just so charming and hilarious. Like, this is what I love about the gameplay. It's so fast, so ridiculous. A bit of a visual. I mean, just look at that. It's kind of visually frustrating, I will say. Visual cancer, but it is very entertaining. Then you got time segments like this where you gotta kill all the enemies at a certain time. As you can imagine, it's not too tricky. It's just about timing. Oh my goodness. Oops. And there's a bunch of enemies at once, so you gotta stay active. executions. The Azuna drop though. Yeah, so if you complete a time segment, you get a little chest, which you destroy and you get like an item or something. Should be a key item. Oh no, it's just a item. So this is like the health item, basically. So yeah, this game is really cool. I like it because it's just got a nice mix of tons of like different 2D type things. It's got side-scrolling action, tiny bit of platforming. As you can see, you've got a teleport that is actually very like easy to do. You just have to click the right, I mean not click the right stick, point the right stick in the direction you want to move, and it's just going to go there. So there's no like skill to it or anything. If I recall correctly, I can't actually come this way. Yeah, I don't have the power to come this way, which means I need to come back. But yeah, this is it's just such a ridiculous game. The first game, Dead Samurai, was really cool. Like as far as indie games go, it was one of the few indie games that actually impressed me in a meaningful way. And then along comes Dead Samurai, sorry, The Vampire Smile, which is even more absurd if you can even imagine. Oh. And you're dead. Admittedly, it's weird. Playing it makes more sense than watching it, because you're probably watching this like, how do I keep track of anything that's happening? Believe it or not, it's actually quite simple. You don't really pay attention to like exactly where you are on the screen. You pay attention to like the white arrow, follow the hit sparks, and yeah, follow the hit sparks and just sort of keep the flow going. Admittedly, this is a bit easier for me because I've played this game a ton. I think I completed the hardest difficulty when I had this on 360. Violence Hammer. Yeah, this is by Ska Studios. That has a very silly sense of humor. You got the Violence Hammer. It's 100 pounds of steel girder. Oh, wait, hold on, let me start again. It's 100 pounds of steel girder covered in sharp things wrapped in barbed wire. And then tells you how to equip it and stuff like that. So you don't need to worry about that because I already know what to do. So we want it here. It's my alternate weapon. To switch to alternate weapon, you press LB. It's basically like the hammer type weapon. I do not remember this weapon at all. I've played this game like 20 times and I remember this weapon. Probably because I never used it. One thing I like about Dishwasher, compared to his sister Yuki, is a lot of his weapons don't end up replacing his grab. Because the problem with Yuki is, well, not the problem, like what makes playing her different is when you select her weapons, her grab becomes whatever the weapon is, so she has like special grabs, whereas with Dishwasher, if when you use him, all his grabs are still just like standard. So in a sense, playing Dishwasher is more entertaining, sort of for a viewership. I'm going to switch back to katana and cleavers. I see, so his hammer destroys the force field. With Yuki, it's the violence, with the, I just about to say violence, and that's what Dishwasher's got. With Yuki, it's the Cloud Sword, and can't show you right now, but the Cloud Sword is literally, as you're probably imagining, Cloud Strife's Buster Sword. I just walked through the boss area like an idiot, but it's fine. And so this is the first boss of the game, which it's quite tough if you don't know what you're doing. Luckily, I do, so you don't have to worry about that. A lot of bosses revolve around just like they do their nonsense. You have to get behind them. Oops, I should probably not use the cleavers here. So it's better to use something like the soup. See, better use something like the sword and just keep teleporting. Because if you teleport, you're fully invincible for the duration of the sword's sort of like teleport animation. So you see that black smoke, you are fully invincible during all of that. And unfortunately, it's so hard to keep track of what's going on. And they do this intentionally, trust me. There's a lot of moments like that in this game and it only gets crazier. My goodness. So the sword isn't the most damaging weapon, at least in the beginning. Like by the end of the game it's the most powerful weapon, but at the beginning of the game it's not actually that damaging overall. Oh, here we go. So you got these little transitionary executions which deal a bit of damages. And that's what I like about this game. It's got that sort of God of War action game feel, which also got added to like Devil May Cry, where when you grab the boss, it gives you a little like mini cutscene with some damage free. There's another one. This is visual salad. Like, I genuinely love this game, and I know it's so visually off-putting, but it's just genuinely a fun game. And he should be dead. There we go. Hey, got him. That never gets old. Okay, so you also gotta collect like the collectibles before the level ends, because usually when a boss dies, the level just ends. There you go. You know, the first level. You're probably thinking, "Wow, is the entire game like this?" Yes, yes, it is. Well, I mean, not exactly like that. It does get better. There are like variations. There's a boss fight where you are falling down an elevator and you have to keep teleporting around the enemy to attack. I'm not even joking. Like, that's the whole fight. Like, I'm not even making it up. Okay, so moving on to the next level, which it doesn't say here. Let's get more of this riveting story. Can you get the mouse out of there? See, normally I would like to narrate like the text boxes, but they're moving by very fast. The point is that the dishwasher, he is a dead samurai who used to be a dishwasher at a restaurant. It's nonsense, don't worry. And he realized that there are cyborg, synthetic, zombie people roaming the Earth, and he destroyed all of them. But then the Earth was destroyed, and now they're on the moon, so he's gonna destroy all of them while making ridiculous noises and using oversized blade weapons. Genuinely one of my favorite indie games of all time. Probably my favorite indie game of all time. Oh, let me show you something, by the way. So yeah, I just ran up a wall there. If I can time it right, I can actually run on the ceiling. Hey, oh no! It's got a contour, I can't quite do it right. It's cool. This game's quite cool in the sense you really have lots of freedom to do nonsense like that. Alright, I have enough to upgrade meat cleavers, and I will. The health upgrade is shared with Yuki, so I already upgraded that. Don't need to do that again. Let's move on. So I think I just... Oh, no, never mind. Oh, I see. So that was the place I should have gone in my previous level, but I messed it up. Luckily, you can revisit levels at any time and just get any upgrades you missed, so there's never, like, an incentive to be like, oh, you have to play the whole game again. Oops. I'll try and mess that up. Okay, I am getting bodied. And is it a drop? Nice try, buddy. So, interesting fact is, if you're using certain weapons like the meat cleaver, he only does like a roll. However, if you use a sword, he'll always teleport. So, I don't know, little weird nuances like that. This game's quite cool in that sense. So yeah, obviously we couldn't access this area before, but now we got the key card, we can. As is customary for Metroidvania type games. For those who aren't aware, Metroidvania means combination of Metroid and Castlevania, and it became a term used for sort of games that have that style, like where you explore a big map, side scroll, use keys to unlock new areas, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, this one has a kick. And this game is classified, it's light Metroidvania. Like, you don't really get lost. The game kind of tells you where to go, but you can kind of go off the beaten path and find where to go. So like, if the arrow's saying, oh, go left, you can go right and discover like a secret or something. For the most part, there's nothing to... Did I just do Uzuna drop from the ground? I do not remember this. If grabs look a bit overpowered, it's because they are, but you can't abuse grabs on every enemy, and certain enemies will actually punch you if you try to grab them. The grabs are just a good way to keep your combo going. And you miss this because it's in the explanation for Yuki's story, but if you see a blue spark, that means an enemy can be executed, or if the button appears above their head like that. Thanks for obscuring my kill wires. I didn't want to see it either. Oh, SMG, okay. Alright, here's where the fun begins. Yep. Can I do... Oh no, you can't do it. So yeah, he has an SMG, he holds it one-handed, and you can reload at any time. Oops. Yeah, grabs. So the different executions are, you can either press X to do like a weapon execution, B to do a grab execution, or Y to just kind of just kill them right then and there so it doesn't take up any time. Lots of different ways of expressing yourself through violence. Don't I have magic at this point? Nope. Yep, I think this should give me my first spell. Yes, electric. So yeah, you have magic abilities, and each does something different. One's like an AoE, one's like good for single targets, that kind of thing. He's gonna drop. Okay, let's see, let's try out his one. I wish I knew what those symbols were saying too, but I don't. So the cool thing is you can actually swap weapons mid-combat to actually mix up your combos and stuff. Gives you different opportunities to come up with cool stuff. Oops. The action is bothering me, that was actually not very good on my part. Bam, alright. I'm sorry, what? Actually. Okay, so I messed up. Let's try and do an X execution. They're slightly different. I keep doing Y ones. Down, and nope, he's dead. This one kills him. Is that enemy? Oh, he's like standing. What's that about? So there you go. So like the X one is the weapon execution. Y is like just goes right through him. Slam. A midair. I do feel like the game is much easier with Dishwasher though. I mean, one, because I think I'm just used to him from playing the first game, and two, just because he's just a better character. Like, if you've ever played any of the Ninja Gaiden, particularly the Sigma games, then he's obviously like Ryu Hayabusa, whereas all the other characters, like, you know, the females, so like Rachel, Yane, and so on, like, they basically are harder because they're not as powerful as Ryu Hayabusa is, which makes sense. It's use of magic. My favorite Ninja Gaiden by far is Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I played and completed Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma. I mean, I played it, but didn't complete it. And I played and completed Ninja Gaiden 3, which was okay, but then Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, which is effectively Sigma 3, that's my favorite of all of them. In that game, you get to play is a really cool cast.
Your destiny, the Emoto word.
It gives you a Bioshock feel, doesn't it? Yeah, it's some whole thing about like sort of finance and like how they're controlling people's lives. Don't worry about it. Let me just run over this wall right here. No, but yeah, so my favorite is Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Really awesome game you get to play as Ryu Hayabusa, Yane, Momiji, and Kasumi for the first time. And Kasumi is the hardest character to play. She's definitely the simplest with only one weapon, and her kunai projectile attack isn't the strongest. However, she is really fun once you get good with her. So it's a really awesome game. Plus, it's weird seeing Kasumi kill people. That's a whole new thing. But I just make the comparison because I feel like this is a sort of action game where, you know, the main character is the toughest, like he's the strongest, and sort of the secondary character is hardest to use, but like more fulfilling, I guess. And plus, Yuki's just very different. I think if there's enough interest, unlikely, but if there's enough interest after this Let's Play, I might do Yuki. But I'll do Yuki on hard. Because I think Yuki's story is way more interesting, whereas Dishwasher's is just some ridiculous revenge plot that makes no sense. Yuki's story is like, you know, they blamed me for the Earth's destruction, they put me in prison, but something has controlled me and broke me out of prison, and now I'm gonna get revenge on all the people. It's a stupid revenge plot, but it's actually really cool. It's interesting. I feel like the story could have gone somewhere very important, and even though it didn't, I genuinely appreciate that within this nonsense of the story, he did try to do something. Yes, let me just casually slam. You stupid robot. 100% skill, I'll have you know. Oh, that's the boss area, let me go back. So yeah, that's the boss area. And the thing is, if you go to the boss area, you get locked into the boss fight, the level ends, and you can't do anything. So before I do that, let me take a look around. Oh, see, look, there's a secret. Ancient Glad We Came. Squid Bee. But what does it do? Now the beads are like accessories. Accessories give you different buffs. Increases grabbing attack damage. I think I don't actually want that because grab's already strong. And it'll be a waste of a bead slot. The other bead slots are like buff weapon damage, different attack properties, that kind of thing. Wait, did I just slide on the ground? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, I think this indie game's cool because this guy, dropping some frames, are we good? The guy kind of took like, what are several features of like old school games, like sort of Ninja Gaiden, Castlevania, you know, Gunstar Heroes, Contra, and just sort of put them all in one game. End up being this ridiculous, hard to watch, but genuinely satisfying side-scroller. Okay, cool. So let's see. This boss isn't too tricky. The trick to fighting bosses often means you gotta pick the slower weapon, but that's easier to evade with. So whereas the cleavers are good for sort of dealing with batches of enemies, like so, but the katana is much faster, as you can see. So it's definitely better for dealing with bosses because you can recover faster, like that, and it has a better teleport. The cool thing is, if I can show it, if you perfectly dodge an enemy's attack, you get like a slowdown effect. I think I missed that. Or maybe it's just with Yuki. Let's get some damage on. I think it's more with Yuki, but basically when you're playing as Yuki, if you perfectly dodge something, you get a nice little slowdown effect. Oh, they're all like that. There you go. Never mind. It's in Dishwasher story too. That is so hard to say. I apologize. Oh, see. And if you mess it up like that, even if you get the teleport, you do actually take damage, so it's not like mash it, you actually have to time it like that. Oops. Luckily when you're using Super, you're fully invincible, so right there I use the invincibility to avoid his attack. I'm probably gonna die. The thing is, there are health drops, but the health drops are very dependent on how the game's feeling, like right there. So sometimes you just might not get anything. So, as ridiculous as this game is, it does take some skill. And you have to constantly be like dodging and stuff. So I just wanted to use the cleavers to kill him, which was a mistake because I just took damage from the walls and dodged. Let's get some damage on him. Now see, this was an easier game. The boss would drop health every time you executed it, but this is not that game. And yes, if you die during any of these stages, you have to do the whole fight again, so hopefully we don't have to. That would have actually been death if I'd stayed there. Anyway, we got him. Clean. Perfect. Alright, that's level 2, and that's the second mini-boss, not a full boss. Well, it's still a boss. Anyway, so that was the Emoto Crash level. So that's it for this part. Look forward to more Dishwasher Vampire Smile in the future, and I hope you like this video, and I hope you like my narration. Let me know what the quality of it was, the audio quality, video quality, that kind of thing. Thanks very much for watching, and yeah, we'll see you in the next part.